I will support here is your additional resolution for the cemetery. And then,
All right, meeting is now in session. Let's stand, guys, for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Tara, roll call, please.
Councilmember Campbell.
Here.
Councilmember Fletcher. Councilmember Garbett.
Here.
Councilmember Mays.
Yeah, here.
Councilmember Barnhart. Here. Councilmember Bakke.
Present.
All right, we have one council member absent, that being Councilmember Amber Fletcher. I will entertain a motion to excuse Amber, or if not, we will move along. All right, moving along. So we have a special presentation this evening from Jason Hammonds. Actually, I'd probably like to push that down the agenda just a little bit, get through public comment. I think that'll be about 30 minutes. If you guys, or should I just, actually, we'll just go ahead and do that this evening. So we do have a special presentation from Jason Hammonds, and we'll go ahead and start with that. Thank you, everyone. Both monitors are on. And let's start sharing here for just a second. Jason is actually joining us digitally tonight. Get this off the screen. Good. All right. So Jason, can you hear us this evening? Okay, Rob.
Okay, so I think it looks like he's muted.
Is he muted? Let me see.
Looks like his microphone's turned off. Yes.
Oh, there we go. Can
Fantastic.
you hear me now?
Yes, can you hear us okay?
I can hear, but I can't see anything.
Is that not playing with the speakers?
Do you want the camera on? Camera is on, isn't it? That's camera off, isn't it? Yeah.
So camera's on, and hold on just a second, Jason. Just a second too as well
Okay.
to the audience.
No
I'm
worries.
gonna see if I can get the audio up on the projector.
Doing that, Jason is our economic development director who we consult with for the village. He works with us on many projects, and his wishes this evening was to give us an update on some of the projects that he's currently working on for us. So
I would just leave this as loud as you can get it
Really?
because that's going to apparently
Camera
only
and then
audio.
settings. What's that? Camera and then settings.
camera and then settings.
Jason, all you're going to see anyway is the mayor, so everybody's here waiting for you, so if you just want to start.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to see if I can share my screen. If that. Okay. Everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, for anyone there in the audience that may not know me personally, as Kelly mentioned, my name is Jason Hammonds, the Consulting Group. I've been working with the village for a few years now on economic development matters. As you recall, I believe it was fourth quarter of last year, council and the administration moved forward with the creation of a port authority to serve as the economic development entity for the village. As we've started to have meetings, etc.
One of the things that I've been working on in conjunction with Ready Cincinnati is to access one of their programs. And some follow-up metrics that we'll keep track of. Ready Cincinnati will forgive a portion of the loan. The loan piece is very attractive, below market interest rates, spread over time. Payments are not due right away, as they want to provide entities that access this program the opportunity to market the property to attract new investments. So very good program that we were successfully able to access. The first thing that we did after acquiring the property is we contracted with a very well-regarded environmental consulting firm called Verdantis, previously known as Hull & Associates, headquartered near Columbus. They conducted a phase 1 environmental site assessment on the property. And this is important for entities to come into a property with a full set of knowledge, understanding any risks that there might be due to prior commercial or industrial activities. But it's this property didn't have any of those, so we're able to move forward with confidence. The site revolving loan fund will be used. This is sort of our next step in the due diligence process for this property. We're using those funds to conduct the site development and preliminary engineering plan for the site. So that'll, give us an idea of what could be built there. And I'm actually going to share that screen now. This is just a preliminary draft that I received last week from Verdantis, just depicting how the property could be laid out. You'll see 3 different buildings there, 150,000 square foot building A, then buildings B and C, labeled as 50,000 initially, expandable up to 100,000.
Jason, I don't think we see that.
Oh, no?
No.
Okay. No. All right. Hang on. It said I was sharing my screen, but let me try again. And having this will really be twofold. Number one, part of the scope of services from Verdantis is to provide some cost estimates on infrastructure, like the access road that would bisect the property here, as well as any needed infrastructure upgrades, utility upgrades, so water, sewer line extensions, et cetera. Having those cost estimates in place will allow me then to go pursue additional grant dollars from other entities. I've already had conversations with OBRDC about Appalachian Regional Commission funds. And Shawnee, Ohio, and the Ohio Department of Development have some good programs as well, as does the U.S. Economic Development Administration. So we have, once we get this piece of it complete, again, that'll inform some of our next steps to help build out the property. So the parcels outlined there with the bold yellow lines represent the future industrial park parcels. Anybody have any questions or comments about the Port Authority update?
Anybody here from the table? Any questions? Everyone familiar, again, where the property is and kind of what's going into action here? Jason, I don't think we have any questions.
Okay. I was very pleased to see that the comments were all positive on the village's Facebook page. So I think that's a good barometer of I think everybody's generally in support of creating jobs and enhancing investment in the village. So we've taken some bold, aggressive steps, and we're putting our plans into motion.
Absolutely. I think this is a huge step for the village, and the Port Authority, in the short amount of time that it's been developed, has definitely done strides in getting this completed. Jason's done quite a bit of work getting the grants behind the scenes, getting everything set up for the due diligence, and certainly we're very appreciative of this. I can only expect this is going to really turn to great stuff for the village in the future. I think this is going to go a long way for us. So I certainly appreciate the efforts of the Port Authority and Jason as well for what they're doing. And I know he's not going to stop with this. I know it's going to continue as well. He's always got his eye on something for sure.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Mayor Bullington, and yeah, absolutely right. I mean, this is sort of the first project. It's a great one. It's one that's going to have a positive impact on the community for years to come. And the success from this, I'm confident we'll be able to roll that over into the next project and keep the momentum going. And in my experience, doing this type of work now for 17, 18 years. The communities that are able to demonstrate, I would just use sort of a sports analogy, but, getting points on the board is huge. Companies want to locate in communities that have things going on. And to the extent that, this project, puts Georgetown on the map, so to speak, all the better.
Absolutely. All right. Any questions for Jason before we move forward? All right, Jason, again, it's always great working with you. I appreciate the feedback tonight. I know this group is very impressed with what we have going on here, so lots of good stuff. Certainly appreciate you joining us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to provide the update. And as always, if anybody has any questions that may not have ready for right now, feel free to reach out direct by email or phone.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks everyone. Have a good night.
Thank you. All right, finished with that. All right, yes, that's definitely good stuff for Georgetown and for the Port Authority as well. They're certainly working strides there, so great stuff. Okay, guys, let's continue on with our agenda, and we will go to the next item, which is public comment. And I am going to start right here in the front with these two ladies. Anything for the group tonight? All right. Delbert, anything for the group tonight? All right, fantastic. Jan, no. Nancy, anything for the group tonight? No, thank you. All right. Jill? All right. Addison? And gentleman in the back, I know this is Ryan from ABCAP, and Ryan actually has a special presentation for us as well.
I wouldn't call it special.
It's not special?
It's just a little in council meetings in both counties. Much about the Port Authority till I came here tonight, so that's fantastic.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know me or haven't heard of what I do, my name is Ryan Craig. I'm with Facility Management. What we do is we help guide people to the transportation solutions that help them the most. And some of you might not know this, but we actually have public transit available here in Brown County right now as we speak. They're running. If you've ever seen those FRS vans driving around, once you notice them, you'll never not see them anywhere. That is our public transit. It's what's known as a on-demand response system. Essentially what that means is you call in 72 hours in advance preferably. Sometimes they can work in. And what they'll do is they can go around and take you anywhere within Adams, Brown, or Highland counties for $1 to $4. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's an heck of yes. And public transit is kind of one of those things that gets slept on in terms of its usefulness to a community. And that's not all we have. We have medical transportation through Medicaid, through our non-emergency medical transportation providers, all of which are in that wonderful little brochure that I've provided. And if you don't like it, I didn't make it personally, so I will be upset. No, but I just wanted to come and introduce myself. We have a couple of events coming up. I have all of my different wonderful little things here. We have a health fair coming up at the Brown County Fairgrounds on July 10th, 10 to 2. That's going to be sponsored by ourselves, ABCAP, the Brown County Health Department, the Brown County Health and Wellness Foundation, Brightview, and Adams County Regional Medical Center. It's always important to get all the sponsors out there. Make sure everybody gets. We've had a couple of these. Our goal with this was to get to every single every single village in the county, because that outreach is important. Getting to people and making sure that they know that we know that they're out there is very important. Our second bit for that is safe and have the best fit in your own vehicle. I know I've got a lot of papers. I apologize. I'm terrible about it. CarFit is one of these programs that comes down from the state, and we can get trained in it. I'm currently trained as a technician. I'm hoping to eventually make it up to They're looking for amenities. They're looking for things that are going to help them, get around in their community, to learn, to navigate this space. We all know how expensive gas and insurance is nowadays, right? And so having these alternative transportation modes not only helps with the economic burden, it also gives us an opportunity to reduce traffic. How nice would it be if we had a bus that could take 20 to 30 people in Mount Orr, so that 68 intersection all the way down to Kroger isn't as backed up every once in a while? How nice would that be? Things like that. And the final thing I want to talk about is our movie night we have coming up at ABCAP. This is a Brown Leads project. It is going to be a free screening of the movie Hotel for Dogs. And I know that Safety Pup is going to make an appearance, so we're very excited about that. And if anyone has any questions about our transportation services, things like that, I know I'm terrible with the handouts. I should have put them all in folders, but I'm trying to just go through. I don't want to waste anybody's time. My meetings try to stay under half an hour at the most, and I think we are just about wrapped up. I like to save time for questions at the end. So if you have any questions about our services or anything like that, go right ahead. I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability.
I have a question about the mobility.
I have my mics off. Is that for everyone? Is that kind of based on?
The public transit, there are no requirements for the public transit other than being a resident of Adams, Brown, or Highland counties, or really technically within the vicinity of the counties. They'll pick you up. It's no different than going to Columbus and hopping on the COTA bus, or going to Cincinnati and catching the metro. It's all about, location, location, location. So there are no income requirements or anything like that. Now, the nice thing is they have a deal. $35 gets you a month of unlimited rides as long as you schedule them in advance. We see a lot of usage for that in the workforce, especially. People schedule their hours. I always say schedule about 10 to 15 minutes before you're supposed to start, which is just a good life habit to be into anyways. To be on early is to be on time is to be late, and to be late is to be left behind. That is what my camp counselor always told me, because I was always late. But yeah, there is no eligibility requirement. Now, we have a couple of programs that do have eligibility requirements. There's Title VI money for seniors, and then there's non-emergency medical transportation, which you have to be on Medicaid, or there are certain Medicare programs where you also might qualify for a waiver for that. Anybody else?
Any other questions for the group here?
And if you're interested in learning more or taking a ride along or anything let like that, let me know. I'm happy to set one up. I love transit, in case you can't tell. And I think it's a very unique opportunity that we have to keep expanding the service in the county. Thank you for your time.
All right, Ryan. Thank you so much, and certainly come back as you continue to grow your programs and have more to educate. We appreciate that. All right, let's see. I lost my agenda, guys. There's one. It's okay. All right, so we are moving along to general business. And we're going to start. There's multiple things that we need to add to the agenda tonight. So first and foremost, I would like to have a motion to add 2 resolutions to the agenda under general business. The first that we will be adding is a resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to enter into a retirement agreement with Police Chief Freeland. And second, a resolution establishing revised rules and regulations for the Confidence Cemetery. So I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Councilmember Mays has made the motion.
Second.
That motion has been seconded by Councilmember Bakke. Tara, roll call.
Councilmember Mays,
Yes.
Councilmember Campbell,
Yes.
Councilmember Garbett,
Yes.
Councilmember Bakke,
Yes.
Councilmember Barnhart.
Motion passes. All right, Rob, I kind of stole your thunder there. But I wanted to give you the opportunity. I know that we've talked about this quite a bit, and you have great plans on the horizon of things that you want to do. Would you like to talk to this council and to the group about what that might be?
I prepared a statement because I don't want to ramble and I don't want to bore everybody. So, as most of you already know, I announced my retirement roughly a year ago. Recent circumstances will allow me to retire a couple months early. And as of July 1st of this year, I will no longer be your police chief, and Sean Enlow will be the acting chief. This is my 11th year as the police chief. When I joined the department as a part-time officer in 1996, I was unsure if I would ever receive a full-time position, not alone end up being the chief of police. After becoming the chief, I moved my family here and raised 2 daughters in this community. I have made friends and connections in this village that I will never forget. I have enjoyed and I'm proud of my career in with this department. Of course, it has had its ups and downs, but most of my career has been rewarding. Although we are in a rural community, I have dealt with petty crimes up to murder during my career. I would like to thank those who gave me opportunities to grow as both a person and as an officer. My predecessor, Buddy Coburn, gave me many opportunities for training and to bring technology in as a tool. This allowed our department to become computerized for better record keeping and the ability to run offenders in the field, and property and assessment management. Once I took over as chief, I continued to intertwine technology to assist the department and better serve the public. A chief is only as good as his officers, though, and I have been fortunate enough to have officers that do consistently good work. Whether investigations, traffic, public relations, etc., I have had officers that excel in these areas, which makes the department and I both look good. I am not perfect by any means, and in recent years, I was under some scrutiny. And I would like to thank the officers, family members, friends, and those in the community that came to my defense and sticking by me. I would also like to thank the businesses of this community for the generosity, which without their support, many tools that we have acquired would not have been possible. In closing, I would like to thank Sean Enlow for returning to the department to fill the vacancy left by Assistant Chief Matt Staggs. During Sean's return, he has implemented many improvements and has many more progressive ideas for the future of the department. And I believe he will be a good successor. I wish him and the department nothing but the best, and I will continue to pray that the Lord watches over them and provides them with wisdom and direction. I again want to thank the village and its residents for entrusting me with the department for the past decade. And I would like to thank former Mayor Dale Callahall for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Rob, you're going to be missed. You're not replaceable at all. It's been great. I know coming in as mayor this year, it's been great and refreshing to work with you. You have been easy to work with and fun to work with. I'm certainly going to miss you, and this department's going to miss you. However, we know you're not going away forever. You're going to still be in touch and be here helping and talking to your former officer. So we certainly appreciate that too as well. I know I appreciate everything that you've done thus far. Thank you. Any discussion here? Any comments from the team?
I just second what the mayor said. I've known Rob for a lot of years as a fellow law enforcement officer when I was a child welfare worker, and I could call him day or night. He was there, and we'll miss you, Rob, but thank you for everything that you've done.
All right, guys. You have the resolution in front of you. Councilmember Campbell, can you please read that for us?
Resolution approving and authorizing the mayor to enter into a retirement agreement with Police Chief Robert Freeland.
Is there a motion? Councilmember Mays has made the motion. Is there a second? All right, Councilmember Mays has properly made the motion. Tara, can we do a roll call vote?
Councilmember Mays,
Yes.
Councilmember Campbell,
Yes.
Councilmember Garbett,
Yes.
Councilmember Barnhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Bakke.
Yes.
Motion passes. Resolution number
1381,
1381, guys. All right, congratulations, Rob. Thank you. And in the interim, as this transitions through, we will have our acting chief, Chief Enlow over there as well, who has been here and present at the meetings too as well. So certainly appreciate that too. All right, guys, we have a second resolution on the agenda, and Councilmember Campbell, can you read that for us as well?
Resolution establishing revised rules and regulations for the Confidence Cemetery.
Yes. And Solicitor, can you provide us some?
Yeah, so I can give you a
input?
little background on this. As you know, about every 3 or 4 years, we amend these and we change them just slightly based on circumstances going on. The only thing that I've done is I've made a change in section L that gives the village administrator the power to evaluate concerns when we have complaints about damage that has been occurring to some of the headstones. In the event that it's determined that there is damage, it gives him some flexibility to take some action and to negotiate and work with those families in the event something occurs. We've had a couple instances recently where the interim administrator, when he was here, was unable to do that because the legislation did not give him that power. So all we're doing is giving him a little discretion to work with families in the event that there is some damage to one of the headstones. Other than that, we made no other changes. The rates are all the same. You may recall you changed those about 1.5 years ago. So, okay.
Councilmember Mays has properly made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Councilmember Garbett. Tara, roll call, please.
Councilmember Campbell,
Yes.
Councilmember Garbett,
Yes.
Councilmember Barnhart,
Yes.
Councilmember Bakke,
Yes.
Councilmember Mays.
Yes.
All right,
Resolution 1382.
motion passes. Resolution 1382. Thank you. All right. In your packet, you will see on page 2, there's the payment register. If there are any questions on that, certainly we'll try to answer those or get more information on those if need be. If not, you will see on page 3 is your mayor's court as well. And then on page 5 is a report from our zoning officer, Mike Click. All right. And then moving along, guys, we have a roundtable next on the agenda. And I will go ahead and start to my right down here with Councilmember Mays. Anything for the group?
Yes, I would like to take a quick minute real quick to thank Rob for all of his service. When I first met Rob, it was kind of crazy. He was chasing a guy down over some property he stole from one of my places. So he's been a wonderful chief and a wonderful police officer for our town, and he will be greatly missed. And one other thing, I'd just like to let everybody know that we plan on having a roller skating event come August the 17th. So I'll give, in the future, the next meeting, I'll give a time and everything for that. But there'll be free food for all the kids. That's it.
Councilmember Barnhart.
Nothing.
All right. Councilmember Campbell.
Yeah, I have a few things. I'm just letting everybody know I'll be getting with Travis here in the next few weeks. Tell you a little bit about what I've been working on. Through my job, I have to get some rough sawed lumber here and there is a logger that I've reached out to in Adams County, and I was going to see about having him do a walkthrough, give a couple ideas of some things we could do at the park. I was out there the other night, so I'll be getting with him in the near future. And there's been a few complaints behind the baseball diamond. There was a couple stumps that they've been mowing around for years that they wanted to possibly grind and do some odd end stuff. So there'll be hopefully a little bit of work at the park being done. And then I want to work with Travis on, is everybody familiar with Marshall Avenue and East 125? What is that? East State? Where it's real narrow at that intersection. I looked the other day, we could add just an 8-foot culvert pipe and do an extension, pretty reasonable. So hopefully we can add an extension of that and do a little bit of dirt work and make that a lot better. We have gotten with a company called Pinpoint Animal Removal. So he has started this week. If anybody has any problem areas with raccoons or groundhogs, just call in and let us know. We're getting the list together. He's already started at 3 different locations. So, and I wanted to tie on to Robert. We're going to miss you, man. I wish you the best. Enjoy your retirement. So that's all I got. Thank you.
All right. Councilmember Carter.
Just a couple of things. I know that we've had this every year in a National Night Out. It'll be on August 6th. It'll be up at the Eagles parking lot again. So start thinking about that. I'm sure we'll announce it a couple more times. It's open to everyone. It's put on by the Courthouse Square Association and the police department. Officer Green or Sergeant Green is involved in it heavily. So hope to see you out there.
What's the date on that again?
August 6th, I believe the time is 5 to 8. So
Perfect.
that's it.
All right, Councilmember Baki.
Just briefly, there is a event this Saturday at the Gaslight Theater. The Georgetown Police Department's going to be there. I believe it's Meet a Penguin. They're serving hot dogs. So that's upstairs at 1 and 2:30, I believe. Is that right, Sean?
What is it?
The 1 and 2:30 this Saturday.
I think they're doing 2 shows.
2 shows. So that's going on in the community. That's all I had.
And then I had another item that I was asked to share. Give me 1 second. Let's see. So we have the concert. Typically would be concert on the square, but it's actually at the fairgrounds on July 4th. It's the Remains is the name of the band. It starts at 7:00. And then at 9:45, again, this is on July 4th, after the band has finished, they are going to do fireworks. Remember, the village chipped in on those fireworks. So on July 4th, there's going to be fireworks within the village that you can see. The concert will be in front of the Danny Gray building, and the fireworks will be launched in the tractor pull area. And there will be 3 food trucks there too as well. So I'm assuming certainly you can go up for the event and then watch fireworks at the end of the night as well, and also have food that evening. So keep that in mind. Again, that's on July 4th, and that's something new for the village. We've not had fireworks in my lifetime on July 4th in the village. So that's pretty exciting. And thank you to the Courthouse Square Association and to the Grant Association for putting this event on. So We certainly appreciate that. Again, July 4th. All right. Did I miss? I know, Travis, I'm not putting you on the spot and you're still kind of in the interim process, but anything for the group?
Oh, sure, yeah. So it has not been boring so far.
It has not. Not.
I'm working on my to-do list. I've had a chance to briefly meet all of the employees. So working with the water department, Travis Bonar is doing a service line inventory that's due by October for the Ohio EPA. So I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that is required. We have to inventory both sides of the meter, so the service line going to the home as well as the service line on our side. So there will be a survey coming out to the residents, hopefully over the next month or two, to complete that, and that'll help us build that spreadsheet that goes to the Ohio EPA. Been working with the assistant fire chief to do some BWC grant reporting. He received a safety grant to purchase a gear extractor that cleans the gear that they use that has chemicals on it, carcinogens and that type of thing. So there is a reporting requirement that goes with that. So we're working on getting that up to speed. I've been communicating with the OPWC District 15, the OVRDC, to get on their district committee so that we can start working on getting those grant applications out. And then I can be a part of that scoring. I did that on District 10 through Bethel, and I'd like to continue that. So I'm also a member of the Small Government Commission, which is a separate secondary funding. So if small communities don't get funded through the OPWC, they get funded through small government. And that is a meeting that's held every year in Columbus, and I'm a member of that committee. So that will continue as long as I get placed on the District 15 District Committee. Met with Michael Salvador to kind of get up and running on the Appalachian grant. And so I kind of have a footing there, and there'll be more to discuss with that as well. And then the Port Authority, I was not aware of that when I was hired, but that's just amazing that we have that. We have a great group on that board. You know, as an administrator, we get emails weekly about companies that are looking for empty buildings. So, you know, once we have those, that'll just be huge for the village. That's all I have.
Yeah, funny story. That Port Authority was like day 2 or day 3. I was like, oh, Travis, we didn't talk about this. So lots of good stuff though. There's a reason, because there's so much going on that it's hard to compile it all into conversation. So good stuff there. All right. Let's see. Chief Freeland, Chief Enlow, anything for the group? Okay. Okay, that's fine.
I just wanted to say something good.
Grab a mic.
I just wanted to say something good about Rob. Me and him's been connected for the past 17 years. You know, we've had a lot of good times, sometimes not so good times. But you know, the things that he did here, but really streamlined our department with technology. He won't tell you. You know, I'm a nerd. He won't tell you he's a nerd, but he's kind of a nerd too. We do a lot of this. We do a lot of the same kind of. We have a lot of the same hobbies and a lot of the same stuff. So, you know, while I'm excited to take over, it is, you know, kind of emotional to see the end of an era, and the things that you did, it will continue. Especially with the Ohio Collaborative. I know he didn't even mention anything about that, but he's been working since I've came back the past 4 months, working diligently, getting the department up to get the certifications for that. And then he's going to help me finish that out throughout September. But I just wanted to tell you that it's been an honor to work with you.
Thank you.
All right, guys. And then we have an executive session that we need to go into. And I would entertain. Are we doing them together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Read, you want to you can read the 2 sections and say we need a motion.
So let me read to you the executive sessions that we have. The first one that we have is pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 121.22G1 to consider the discipline of a public official. And then the second executive session that we have is 121.22G8 to consider negotiations with other
Political sub.
I apologize, political subdivisions respecting request for economic development assistance involving public infrastructure improvements. So I would need a motion so that we could go into both of those.
I'll make the motion.
Councilmember Campbell has properly made the motion with Councilmember Barnhart seconding. Tara, roll call, please.
Councilmember Campbell.
Yes.
Councilmember Garbett.
Yes.
Councilmember Mays.
Yes.
Councilmember Barnhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Baki.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. We will be going into executive session. Good news. You guys are welcome to sit in here and be comfortable. We're going back this way, and we will return.
You might want to give that piece of paper to Terry.